All right. So same thing. I'm gonna step out of the chat for a minute, let y'all have it. Like I said, because I ain't got time because I'm here to deliver a message and do my job, right? All right. Um, Other than that, like I said, I don't gotta let y'all know what it is. All y'all know what it is. All y'all know reality. All y'all know what time it is. Like I said, I'm building this federal lawsuit. So I mean, it is what it is. Nobody's gonna tamper with my business. We're gonna come on here positively in a good mood, and there's nothing funny about that, and it's not a game. So like I said, everybody has to do the right thing, right? Everybody has to just do things the right way, and that's it. We're all grown adults, we're all grown people. So like I said, you just got to forgive and forget and move on. So that's what I do. So like I said, I'm a role model for the youth. I'm a role model for everybody, right? I just want to deliver my message on here real quick, and nobody's going to stop me from helping people and changing lives for the better and saving lives and saving people. I'm going to continue to do what I do. Feel me? Like I said, you can look at me and see how strong I'm getting. I'm not interested in no offers from people who aren't for me. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to be as nice as possible on here and politically correct. You already know that. Why? Because that's the way a good person wants to be, and a person who believes in God is going to really walk that walk. You can't change my walk. I don't care what you claim to be. I don't All I know is that you definitely are not a believer, because if you was a true believer like me, you for sure wouldn't approach people like that, even if it's on the internet and it's fake. You see what I'm saying? If you don't have no self-respect, that's why you can't get anywhere. That's why you can't build nothing. That's why you'll never get nothing done. Like I said, what I went through, right? Whether it be because of people like that, enemies, so-called enemies that ain't real enemies, right? Because they can't, like I said, like all that stuff is fake, right? But even if it's like people like that, all that stuff, I don't care about that. See, people just want attention in this world. That's petty. That's silly. I don't give people my attention, man, because I'm a public figure. I don't know any of you. It can never be personal because I don't know you. I'm someone who has a full scale actual career on here as a public speaker, and I don't have to ask for my career to be respected. All y'all respect me. All y'all admire me, and you see I'm a living legend. You feel me? So like once things are what they are, it's just solidified. Like I said, all that fake stuff, just typing stuff. Like I said, we don't do no typing. We don't do no salute, no answers to typing, no responses, no more typing. You want to talk, talk vocally, and not on the internet. There's no reason for that. Like I said, I'm a grown man, man. Anybody can have a conversation with me and talk to me right in front of me. I'm not in any mood about nothing. I don't feel no way about nothing. No, I'm just a grown man, and you're going to approach me as one. And now I'm going to make sure that everyone in the world understands that, right? That's the only option. You're going to talk in front of me. So miss me with all the games, y'all get no more responses, and that's it. Easy money. So yeah, like I said, we just did a show, people, right? Oh, let me monetize it. Hold on. So yeah, like I said, I run my business on here, bro, and can't nobody stop me. Can't nobody stop me from making this money. And see what these people do is they come here and they know they super triggered and pressed. We twiggered they wage. They super triggered and pressed, and we twiggered they wage because I continue to win. Like I said, when you believe in God and you really are an example of walking that walk with God like I am, man, people can't touch you, bro. That's what they mad at. They mad at because they know I'm the untouchable real Batman. Like, bro, ain't nobody gonna talk crazy to Batman, bro. Everybody respect me, bro. I'm talking about everyone, every realm, the underworld, the whole spiritual realm. I control all of it, right? Like I said, I already told you what it is. Feel me? So you got to deal with that whole situation with all that spiritual stuff that you started. Like I said, they write checks they can't cash. You dealing with that right now. You feel me? You don't have a way to win with me, because me, it's just I want whatever's coming to me. I want whatever God's gonna give me. I have no fear. I'm not trying to win anything against you. I don't. Y'all don't have no part or participation in anything regarding or me or in my life. That's the truth. I just don't deal with people like that. So if I'm not cool with you, this is the last time I'm gonna say this. Please stop coming on my show when this is my business and my livelihood. You feel me? Like I said, all that's being documented. It's going to be sent to an attorney, to a lawyer, and like I said, that's a federal lawsuit. So that's guaranteed prison time. You understand? So, like I said, I don't know why people would waste their time doing antics that ain't going to help them and get them anywhere. And then they want to turn around and act like it's a surprise why they're not successful, why they have nothing going for them. Like I said, y'all can do all the little tactics you want, the gang stalk and the weirdo stuff. It ain't going to move nobody, bro. I don't care what you're watching. You can stand right in front of me and watch me. They were talking about they're going to record a video. Record it. What? Like, all I'm saying is, if like, I just don't talk to people like that. I'm done talking to demons. I'm not going to talk to the devil. I'm with God. You feel me? So if I tell you the first time, hey, listen, I'm not trying to talk to you. Please don't approach me. Stop talking to me. That's what it is. Ain't no more of this continuing and nah, nah, nah. You don't get nothing now. And I'm going to see how much more miserable you are because of that now. See, I know exactly how to deal with people like that. It's easy. Stand with God. Any matter you have, you take it to God. I took it to God today, and look what happened. Like I said, TJ sent $3. The other dude on here sent 5, right, through Venmo, which is cool because that's the first time somebody used Venmo on here. You feel me? So, and then the other account was saying something about Cash App, but they were lying, just like I knew. So, like I said, we don't accept anybody saying you're going to donate. You either donate right then and there, or there's nothing to talk about, and your account's going to be blocked. The chat room's open, bro. Look how quiet they is. Right. Because I just put them in their place verbally and told them reality and what it really is, what time it is. Like everything you can't deal with, I represent. Like, bro, I don't care. That's petty and immature to think that you come on the internet and you control something because, oh, you just like what? I don't get that, bro. That's weird. Because somebody's themselves. Right. I'm everything you want to be. I'm in the position you want to be in, so you just upset. See, this is the world y'all live in. We got people who just wake up mad every day and they upset and then they try to affect others. See, if people would do their job, we wouldn't have these problems, but people don't. That's why y'all created Batman. Straight up, y'all invented me, bro. Batman is 100% necessary because they let people like that run rampant and do whatever they want, knowing that it's going to affect innocent people like me. See what I'm saying? I just don't get it. Like, if you're not making sense and you ain't standing on a basis and saying nothing and you ain't done nothing to or with me, why would you come on this network and then repeat yourself? You don't get a trophy for being repetitive. That don't make sense, man. Like I said, I ain't got time. I don't digest stuff like that. I do one energy, which is making sense. You feel me? That's just odd behavior, man. It's just super weird, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, you're not going to be able to normalize something that's just weird. It ain't normal. Feel me? Like I said, you're just going to expose yourself. You are going to continue to expose yourself. And every time you type in that chat, trust me, there's plenty of people watching me. And half of them are the people who should be doing their job. They're watching every move you make. They're watching everything you doing. Like, it's common sense at this point. I can guarantee you that you're being surveilled. I can guarantee you that you're probably being investigated. I bet you anything that they running a full investigation right now on people like you. Because there's no way you've been coming on this network onto my business when you were banned from this program for that many years and they haven't seen it. You understand? Like, it is what it is. Feel me? Let me go ahead and this is it. See, it's easy. You just don't respond. Great Rock Method. I'm gonna step out of the chat. See? So, like I said, that people is why I don't have a chat here because these people are very petty and immature and they want to bring an energy over here that's not positive. No, this is my business. We doing all positivity here. You gets nothing. You feel me? And like I said, it's just pettiness. It's just, oh, let me keep doing these weird tactics. They try to keep finding a video that has a comment section left. Like I said, almost every video, the comment section is about to be canceled, right? Because of them. Right. And then we can't have a chat here because you continue to not utilize it for what it's for. And then now you're playing with the numbers on the show, which is actually showing and depicting my real numbers. Right now it said 69, now it says 269. So they do these tactics and think it's accomplishing anything, but it's not. It's just they're super triggered and pressed. So every time I go live, that means I'm affecting them and affecting someone. That's what I want. So when you do this thing with the numbers, it's showing me what I want. You're helping me, just like I just made money, not because of you, but because of me, because of my gifts. So let's go over the facts of what happened today. I started my live. I already was making money, and then you came out of here. You came on the show, and you're upset that I'm making money. You're upset that I'm doing a program and I'm able to reach people and I'm touching people's hearts with my message. And I'm a preacher and I'm doing the real thing. That means that I'm exorcising demons. That's what it means. See, it was never a thing of you're showing me anything, so don't ever talk to me like that again. Because if you do, just understand that you're taking the loss. That's all I've been trying to explain to you for the past 20 years. See, you've been defeating yourself every time. See, demons defeat themselves. You don't have to defeat them. It's like they teach you in martial arts. If you can defeat your opponent mentally, you never have to resort to the physical. I would never have to resort to the physical with anyone because I'm such a mental giant and so strong that I know nobody can do anything to me. And then I'm blessed and divinely protected on top of that. And then I'm Batman on top of that. What? See, these people don't understand. You think that I have to wear a bulletproof vest or steel armor. I don't. I already have the armor of God on me. That's what you don't get. The world ain't nothing but a spiritual realm. You understand? The only thing I'm going to come up against is demons like you. I come up against them in the street every day and win. Feel me? It's really me, right? That's the real gangster and really about that and from the street and on the street stuff. Everybody else is just on some, oh, I'm upset. So you funny. You make me laugh. Yeah. Numbers at 652. Good. Because you know that's how many people really watching me. Actually, it's thousands more than that. Still can't even be real, right? So, like I said, we get on here, we make money. I mean, if people helping me, why would I not talk to them? I don't care what your stance is. I don't care what your affiliation with. I don't care what it is. I try to bring everybody to God the right way. Like I said, I'm glad that the dude on here donated the $5. Thank you. Like I said, all the other nonsense you're talking about, I'm not interested in. If you want to, have me go over there, right? Clearly, I'm going to watch my back because I can see what you're affiliated with because you just told on yourself because you do it every time you come over here in a group. That's literally illegal. I shouldn't have to keep telling you this. So that gets documented and it's going to get sent to a lawyer. It's part of a federal suit. I don't have to keep the live because you'll continue to do it. So I can turn on any live show in front of a lawyer, in front of a courtroom if I need to, in front of a judge, anything, and you're going to see that these people are doing what they're doing, which is illegal and breaking the law. And like I said, I've got people who are like who actually like are all of that, and they're watching the channel, so they're actively watching and monitoring you, whether anyone likes it or not. Because if they're looking at the channel, they seeing what you're doing. See what I'm saying? I'm pretty smart, right? Like I said, matters they all handle themselves, man. With you, with God, like I said, God just does what he does. God told me vengeance is mine. So these people are really going through it. So when I come on here and I'm talking and doing my thing, it doesn't distract me. It doesn't make me feel it. It doesn't get me mad. I just know the game. When I tell you it's Grey Rock Method, I just don't understand what you keep typing for because, like I said, you're showing that your intent, you don't even know how to conversate. You're not talking to me. You're just here to try to distract. Why? Because they want to get you off your energy. The reason why they have to keep increasing the numbers on the live is they know everything I'm saying is true. And they're super losing it because the devil is losing it because he's saying, man, you're really important, right? And he's standing with God. This man is not only the most important man ever, he's the second coming of Christ and the Messiah, but he's standing with God. Look how pressed and triggered folks are over me. Like I said, when I come on here, I'm exercising demons out of folks. That's what's happened. That's what happens. That's why every time I can see it took me this long to figure it out. That's why you keep coming over here because, and it just told me I should have listened. See, you just helped me. You just taught me something. See, that's all my enemies do is teach me something I need for my spiritual strength and knowledge. This is what happens when you really walk with God and you really become a preacher because you were called to do so, not because I wanted to, not because of anything other than the fact that God called me and said, this is what you're called to do. You see my point? What I'm kicking is real because I'm gonna show you it's real every time. I'm gonna walk the walk right in front of you so you can see it, and that's why people love what I do because it's different. And I don't have a channel that says, "Hey, I'm a preacher." I don't have a channel that says, "Hey, it's the Church of Batman," because I don't want to do that. I don't want to go that route, at least not yet. I want to keep being me and be neutral and be the same gangsta I always was because I think it means more that way when subtly you get the message of God. See the point? In other words, you come to the channel, you ain't expecting it to be about God at all. You expecting it to be about Batman, and then all of a sudden, subtly, God comes in. I think that's beautiful. I think that's the way it should be. Real talk. I think everyone should do things like that. I wish churches could do things like that. You know what I mean? But usually it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, I ain't focused on nothing but positivity. And see, these people know now. Look, they're not typing nothing in the chat. See, the chat is totally blank now. Why? Because they know that they've already been defeated. I told you, if you defeat the enemy mentally, you never have to resort to the physical. If you listen to God, He's gonna tell you what it is. That download and that reading and that dude just that was talking, he just told me this. He just said that you're gonna attract a lot of people because you're a light in a dark world. It all makes sense now. You understand? Thank you. I needed that. See, I've been wondering why someone would be so repetitive for so long. Because I'm exercising demons, folks. That's why. Because that's what they got inside of them. See, that's the thing. I knew it was a cry for help this whole time. I knew it. Yeah, you need my help. You need me. Because without me, you can't get the word of God, the real word of God, through the source, right? Not just that, but I made you feel inferior because you are. Now, it's not how you felt, sister. It's what you are. And you're always going to be. Why? Because you're evil. You understand? Not for any other reason than that, because I don't need to judge you. I don't look down on nobody. I don't care how you look. I don't care how you dress. I don't care how much you weigh. I don't care what kind of clothes you wear. I don't care what struggle you come from. Everybody, I don't judge. I don't look down on you. You still deserve to have God in your life. Everybody, the most evil person still deserves to have God. You understand? I don't wish nothing but the best for folks. So, like I said, I'm going to say this one more time to you. I pray for you and I wish you the best. I already forgave you. Now move on. But see, that's the problem is where you can't move on. That's weird. That's something you have to, that's your own individual issue between you and God. Don't ever bring that over here again, though, because this is the real deal over here. And that's what, like I said, these people continue to find out. Listen, you can send as many agents of the devil and whatever you want. You got to understand that I'm Batman. I'm somebody that was birthed through chaos. So that's what you get. There is you're not listening. There is no conquering me. I am chaos. I am the chaos. You need to really watch those videos I put on my wall, and I'm sure you do. Those Joker videos explain everything word for word. And what's crazy, it brings up God and talks about God. I don't know who makes those, but it's clearly divine because it's talking about exactly me. There's nobody else who's been through this. It explains my entire walk, bro. It's crazy incredible. It really is incredible, bro. It's impressive. And it says all of that in there. Nah, bro, I'm the chaos. That's what I am. So how are you gonna bring chaos to the chaos? Bro, I eat that stuff. What? That's a ham sandwich. What you just brought me in the chat, did I cower? Did I run away? I don't understand why someone keeps doing the same thing if I'm just sitting there eating it. It's like giving me a burrito, which by the way, your homeboy just paid for me to get. If I want to get a burrito tomorrow, if I want to get up early today and go get me an egg breakfast taco, he just paid for it. They actually cost 2Q tacos cost $5, but I'm probably not going to spend it on that because it's too expensive right now. You feel what I'm saying? But my whole point is, right around the corner, I'll be able to get one or two. I don't really like spending money like that. Like I said, I understand that the cost of food and everything is going up. I understand that the cost of clothes is going up. Like I said, y'all can't figure out how I move, but it should be pretty obvious and apparent. Like, no, I be taking care of stuff now. I'm moving a little bit different now. I'm doing things where I keep everything right as much as possible on my own. That way, I don't need nothing. That's really what literally God taught me that. That's what God taught me. Nobody else taught me that. Nobody else gave me the game. Nobody else taught me how to preach. Nobody else taught me how to hustle in the street. Nobody else taught me how to sell CDs. Nobody taught me to use a game or how to produce. I had to sit there and watch people, and I learned immediately just by watching. See, these people just mad at me because I'm living my life. Listen, you can be mad as you want, but I'm gonna live my life. I'll do it right in front of you. I'm gonna live my life right in front of you and rub it in your face because you're mad about it. Why would I stop living my life because somebody's upset? I don't care what you think. I'm not here to please you. I'm not here to make you happy and satisfied. These people ain't happy because they mad at my existence. They wasn't happy before that. It wasn't personal. They have a problem with themselves. And guess what? That download I just got proving I'm a prophet and divine being just told me exactly that. All these people, they got a problem with themselves, man. That's between you and God. They hate themselves. It's not even personal. So, like I said, why do you come online and pretend something's personal when you're coming here seeking help? You're seeking advice and guidance. You need to be mature. You're a grown adult. You need to grow up. That's why you can't treat the people around you right. That's why all your relationships are suffering. This is why you can't have a significant other, much less who's actually a man or a woman. This is why all y'all are miserable. This is why you're unhappy. This is why you can't afford a hot dog. What I'm telling you is straight facts. Y'all lost. Those are the lost people. See, the lost people is attracted to me because I've always been a beacon for lost souls. I didn't understand it till now. The only part I don't get is why you keep repeating yourself and being redundant, and why you keep typing things that aren't aren't how you really feel. Like that's the only thing I don't take in. Like, listen, if you speak to me, you need to be real. You're not gonna waste my time. I'm here to help people, bro. I'm changing the world. So if you come like that, I'm not saying nothing to you no more. I'll just sit there and look at you blank faced. Because if you're not going to come at me and really ask me what you're here for, if this is a business, how would that serve a purpose? You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you why they do it, because they're doing it on purpose, because they're so petty and so immature. They just upset me because I'm running a business. Those are people who they don't want to see me help the world. They don't want people to be helped. Those are the people all y'all should be mad at. All y'all should be getting at them. All y'all should be saying something to them. That's always been my issue. The public don't want to stand up to the people they need to stand up to. Y'all should all have a problem with that individual and all these people. That individual made a dude on here lose over $100,000. Why would you come in a chat still repeating a name when that's something that you just do on your own, but that ain't got nothing to do with me? That doesn't like make me feel anyway. You understand? That's crazy. TJ just texted me. Tell him I'm on live going in, and I said it's interesting. You should listen. But yeah, now I know what it is, man. Yeah, they told me that exorcise demons without trying. Like I said, it was the same thing with that church group and that church cult. The same thing was going on. I'm telling you, two members of that church group, I saw in their eyes the demon, and the demon was being exorcised right in front of me. And I'm literally sitting there looking at them, and I didn't understand it until right now. Like, see, these demons, they end up helping me. And it even says demons will assist me without me wanting it or anything. Like, that's crazy, son. You just did me a huge favor. Now I get why that happened. See, I was exercising demons, and I really have a gift to exercise demons, and I didn't realize it. I was freaking out. I wasn't at the time. I just looked at them. I couldn't understand that either, why I was so calm about it, because their eyes went white. Not joking. Their eyes went white and went blank, and they were looking at me. It was two members, and one of them, it was right in front of me. His eyes didn't really go white, but he was looking at me right in front of me after he kind of made like an attempt on me, like I said, with like the whole nuts thing, the peanuts. Okay. And like at the time I couldn't eat them, right? So he did it on purpose. And then I'm sitting there dealing with, what I'm going through, the reaction to it. And yeah, he gave me this like evil look and tried to look at me and like stare at me. And I'm like, dude, like, you barking up the wrong tree. You understand? Completely. Like, first of all, I'm the tough dude. I'm from the streets. I don't put up with nothing. But second of all, I'm not even going to give you that satisfaction or get upset or give you a reaction because it's what you want. See, what I've learned is, man, the most macho people are the people who don't react at all. When you just stone cold like me, that's what they really fear. They scared as hell of it. They like, bro, he doesn't even like, you don't understand. I have no emotions, no nothing, because I'm with God. God has sculpted me, man. God had, like I said, I'm a product of actual pain and suffering, bro. I'm talking about I was sculpted and molded in a way that you could never understand, bro. Every day, God is molding me, crafting me. I have a set purpose for my life. Why would I listen to anybody? Like I said, if you donate me $5 and you tell me, hey, get on a scaffold and help me with heating and air, why would I listen and why would I do that if that's not my calling and I'm telling you I don't like heights? You could say the same thing and repeat yourself, you're going to get the same answer. I'm not being any way, I'm just being honest. I appreciate that he donated the $5, but see, my career is public speaking. Why would I need another career if that's not what I need to do? I make plenty of money doing this. Like I said, I'm about to get where I'm making like $10 a day. Y'all just saw I'm making like over five or something. Like I said, the check's at like 155 already about. It might still be accruing a little bit. So, like I said, it's going to cap it at this month, and then we start the next check. The next check is probably already starting, and we already on a great road to success. Do you understand that you people just help me like I asked? And see, obviously, I know what I'm doing, and I know how to talk, and I know how to keep my cool, even though it's sometimes I didn't because it was necessary, and it worked. TJ sent $3. Like I said, I give him credit, right? The other dude just sent 5 through Venmo, and I still got to get more. We got to keep this going. This is not a thing that can stop. This is something that I have to have consistent, even if it's a little bit. I understand we're in a Great Depression. Even if it's a little bit that y'all donate like that, it still helps a little bit. You know what I mean? Real talk. But the fact is that y'all just helped me, and I'm going to give you all a thanks and accolades for that. I give you a round of applause, but I'm holding my phone in one hand. But sincerely, thank you. To the people who did help, all of you, including my wonderful girlfriend Christina, of course, at the utmost number one. She's my number one. Thank you for helping me to get to this point. You feel me? Chat's open, by the way. Why are you so quiet? See, if you're just going to sit there and you're not going to say anything productive or positive, I'm just not going to speak to y'all on here. I'm talking about the people who do that every show I come through. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about my girlfriend Christina. I'm worried about God. I'm not, like God said. That's why God said, "Keep your eyes on me." That's exactly what I'm doing. I keep my eyes on God and Jesus. I don't got time for people like you. Listen, you can be mad as hell, man, but the fact is, you're trying to get me off of my calling, off of the beaten path that's meant for me. I already see what it is. I see every trick the devil got for me. I don't have to worry about what the enemy going to do because I stand with God. God's going to handle it. When you leave it in God's hands, He's going to take care of you straight up. It said God will provide. Listen, God, you don't need to keep testing my faith, God. My faith is there. That's the part I don't understand and will never understand. No, I don't need my faith to be tested anymore. I done proven my faith. I need to be rewarded straight up. That's how it should be. And people should stand up for themselves. I don't care who it's with, even with God. You know, you never doubt God, but you should stand up and say what it is. I don't need my faith tested because my faith has been tested. I ain't never lost faith. You understand? At some point, it ain't about just that. It's about let's move forward and let's do what we need to do. But I understand it's all in God's divine time, and that's why I'm patient and why I wait. I don't have a problem with it. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I do have a problem with it because I don't understand it. But just because I have a problem with it doesn't mean I don't listen. So I'm saying I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna kiss up to get into heaven like y'all. I know I'm going to heaven. You know why? Because I helped everybody and I'm a good person. Because that's how you get into heaven. And off of faith. But faith is something you exercise that you do through action. The fact is, this show and program is going to help a lot of people. What I'm building is going to help a lot of people. Like I said, I'm a beacon for lost souls. They're going to come to me. But you just taught me something. That's crazy. See, you've helped me so much, man. For somebody who has such evil intentions towards me and can't even stand the fact that I'm living and breathing and I'm on this planet, you've done so much good for me, man. Like real talk, bro. I would love to thank you in person, but you know what? I'll never see you in person because you're terrified of me. Why don't you just say what it is? That's the truth. That's why you're sending agents across state lines, which is a felony. Like I said, what you worried about prison for if every day for you you're unhappy and miserable already? You're already in your karma. Every day is your karma, and God is all over you, on you, after you. And God said, "Vengeance is mine." You're in the worst boat you can be in, paddling it, rowing it by yourself, because all your fake friends are fake. They don't care about you. That's what you did to you. I don't wish that on you. I pray for you. I hope you get it together straight up. I hope that you get that, exercise that demon through me and through this show. And I hope that somehow I bring you to God. And guess what? You're my greatest test because if I can get that individual to come to God, then I can get anybody to come to God. See, I don't look at you as an enemy. I look at you as an opportunity. That's what really these people can't handle. You want to really win against enemies? Do it with love. Do it with kindness. Do it by looking at the obstacles and the things they place in your path as a challenge. I look at it as a challenge and say, challenge accepted. That individual that comes to this chat every single time over and over, and they have a demon in them and it's clear as hell, that's my greatest test right there. Because if I can get that person to come to God, and I believe 100%, I know in my heart I can. If I can get that person to whatever you want to call it, whatever convert, whatever, come to God the right way, then I'm the best in the game. You feel me? Because that's a person who literally did everything to try to stop me from being able to even talk to you, to live my life, to be here, to breathe this beautiful air. That's what they did. They made an actual attempt, and it's going into a federal lawsuit. If I can get that person and exercise that demon, and I can help them and bring them to God, then that shows that I've got some kind of unconditional gift in me and love from God that's totally different, right? And we all know I do. So it's not about whether I win or lose. It's not about whether I get you to come to God. That's on you. I can lead the horse to water, but I can't make the horse drink. See how it's not about winning or losing? It's just about doing the right thing. You're not always going to win or lose something. You're not always going to win. You're going to have to accept losing sometimes. You know what Bruce Lee taught? Bruce Lee said you win a lot more losing. You learn a lot more when you lose, which is a fact. You don't get better if you win. You get better when you lose. I'm not scared to lose. I'm not scared to look anyway. I'm just saying, when you want to come over here on the internet and you want to keep on talking to me and acting like there's some kind of joke on me, that's a Batman concept right there. If you ever watch Batman vs Superman, his suit, it says on the suit, the joke's on you, Batman. So you're the same type of people. I'm ready for all that. That doesn't phase me. But just call it what it is. All I'm saying is you're coming online and you're trying to act like you're talking to me some way to make me feel like uncomfortable that's not existing. I mean, I'm winning. You can't come talk to me in a light that I'm not winning because I'm winning. If I'm winning, what can you say? See, the way you're talking right now, not saying nothing, being quiet as a mouse, that's what you should do because that makes sense. You lost. It's as clear as day. God will tell you you lost all day. Ask him. I mean, he's already on you clearly. I mean, I don't understand these people. I don't understand why you haven't learned your lesson. I mean, like I said, I don't understand how many more examples God needs to set in front of you. Like, I mean, all y'all know what's happening. They all have caught on. We all know what's happening. There's no game being played. I'm not a pro. I wish all y'all the best, man. Real talk. I hope all y'all are good. I hope all y'all are safe. I hope all y'all are eating well. I hope all y'all are good, man. You can wish me as bad as you want and not help me or whatever, but I still wish everybody well. Straight up. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Feel me? So, like I said, at the end of the day, I come on here, I got a $5 donation. I'm proud of myself, right? Because I still do want to make money with this. I still come on here to get paid and be successful. If I'm going to preach, if I'm going to give a message, I want to make money. So I don't know how other people do it, but yeah, I want to get paid for what I do. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I really don't, bro. I don't see nothing wrong. Instead of these other people who want to say, oh, I'm all about God, but they all about money. I'm really all about God and I want to make money. Like what? I'll tell you what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and candy coat it like everybody else. That's what they do. I'm telling you in those church groups. That's why everybody's unhappy and everybody can't stand them because you could tell that they're just broke and they just want to make a come up off you and they never had any money. That's why they're doing this fake panhandling and quotas and calling it fundraising. It's panhandling. Like it shouldn't even be considered legal. Like it's not the people's fault they come in the home. Why would you take it out on them or arrest them? It should be the cult leader, the person who's doing that stuff, that's making people do that just so they can have a roof over their head. They who needs to go to jail, not the poor people that they're taking advantage of. You see how this system is completely messed up? But when they send you out there, they don't care. They make sure they get out of Dodge. I'm telling you, bro, I've seen it firsthand. They make sure they get out of Dodge, go to the corner stores, get themselves a drink, do what they want. But you out there and you the one who's risking your freedom for nothing. So you can go give money back to him. That's basically being a pimp. You see what I'm saying? And it's all good. It's not like it matters. I mean, evil is evil, money is money. It's not a big deal. Who cares? You know what I mean? But it don't make no sense and it's illegal. Right? Like I said, why do you think they got ran out of Brownsville recently? Why do you think they not talking to me? Why do you think they not got nothing to say? How come you think that? Because they know they're evil, bro. They know everything I'm saying is spot on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm forgiving. I forgave them. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'll still work with them. I look at it as an opportunity and think about doing it, but it's got to be at the right time for me. If it ain't at the right time and it ain't going to the right place, I'm not interested, because that's just not going to help me right now. It's not going to be conducive. And like I said, I mean, if they not gonna sit there and work with me and they not talking and they not like all of them do the same thing. None of them want to answer the phone. Like I said, just like the other dude, like that's on them, man. I'm gonna focus on being positive. I don't understand. Everything I'm saying is the truth. Everything I'm saying is just speaking the facts. I don't expect people to agree with everything, but don't ever get on here and judge me like I'm wrong when I'm right. What I'm saying is true about everyone. I'm pointing out the flaws. I'm pointing out what people need to change in their heart. You know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't never shook somebody's hand and then went behind their back ever. I ain't never said, "Hey, yo, I'm gonna help you," and then left somebody out to dry to left them hanging to do stuff on their own. I ain't never done that. I help people, bro. I really helped a lot of people. I gave all my money to other people, and I'm glad I did. I don't regret it for a millisecond, bro. Yeah, life is hard, but I'm gonna tell you what, man. No matter what you lose, you never lose God. And if you lose everything, God's gonna bless you. You understand? People don't understand with me. I'm just smart. I'm not going to have to lose nothing for God to bless me. That's what y'all don't get. And if I did, I'm going to still have God. But I just know I won't because I can't. You feel me? I'm not going to say that. I mean, it's always possible at some point, you know what I mean? But it's not even a big deal for me because I'm easily satisfied. I don't need nothing but God, bro. If I had nothing, bro, I'm talking about nothing. I'm all right. I can still hustle and make it. I can still figure it out. I still got this business. I still got ways of making this business. These people don't get. I'm about to recreate this business anyway. I'm gonna get other channels monetized. These people don't make any sense, man. You feel me? Like I said, I think what it really is you realize I'm a lot bigger than YouTube. You know, I don't have to be on YouTube. I don't need YouTube. I'm doing what I'm doing. But I want to say thank you to everybody who's participated, everybody who helped me, even if it was just a little bit. Well, all the small little donations I appreciate genuinely. And like I said, it's helping me right now when that's all I asked for. So thank you to the people who did that. As far as the public, they still really haven't done nothing, and I'm gonna still say, God bless you. I wish you all the best. I hope that you change your attitude, and I hope something in your heart, sparks when I'm doing my shows. And I hope you say, you know what, I do want to do the right thing, and I want to help that dude because he's doing God's work, and we need more of that in the world instead of giving your money to Jay-Z and all the evil people who are holding you back and against their own community. I hope that you start working with the people who in your community, for your community, and really helping the community, and have actually helped and paid for everything for everybody in the community and taken care of all y'all and built your entire support system and everything for you. That's what I hope. See, I don't have an evil bone in my body. I'm nothing but God, and I'm nothing but God, good and pure love. And when I say I am God, I mean that because God works through me. They told me that. God told me that. I get these downloads, bro. It tells you straight up. It says God walking around in human form and living form. That's what I am. That's why these people don't get it. That's why they're like, how does he have this much control? People don't understand. I'm not just, writing the script. I mean, I'm writing the script of all reality. I'm in control of everything. That's what you don't get. I control this world and realm. I told all y'all you were my creation. You didn't believe me. I've been telling these people, God's been speaking through me forever. That's why these people are so mad. You know why? Because it's not about me as an entity, as Tyree Sneed. It's about the fact that I am God, that God works through me. I'm not saying I am God. I'm saying I'm God because God uses me as the vessel to walk on this planet. That makes me God. I stand on that. I don't care what none of y'all say, bro. If you don't believe that, you got reality twisted. As much as I've done and survived, why do you think I made it this far? I'm a vessel. I'm being used by God. You understand why? Because I allowed him to do that. You understand? I allowed him to, and it was a surprise to me, but it's real and it all happened. I told people a long time ago, man, like I used to be a hardcore Christian, man. I told people, bro, that I actually felt like the spiritual thing happened, like a spirit, like arrive in me. Yeah. Like actually happened. Yeah, I actually did feel that a long time ago. It was when I was in North Carolina and I was listening to this song, one of those songs about it, talking about God, I think, and I just felt like it really happened. It was something that I wanted to happen because there ain't nothing wrong. Spirits use humans as vessels, period. But what's wrong is when you let a demonic spirit take a hold of you, and you can tell who's got the evil spirit attached to him or on him or whatever, and who got the good one. I've got the antithesis to all evil. That's why I'm Batman. What do you think? I mean, Batman is going to have to basically be God. He's going to have God working through him. I'm not saying I am God, but I am a vessel in the human being that he chose to walk the planet and do his will. That I can assure you. And anybody who doubts that, you funny. You need to look in the channel a little more because there's evidence on there, and it's just a little inkling of what I've been through and what I've survived. I've resurrected in front of your face a million times. The only reason I'm able to do what I do is through the power and will of God. My life is a living testimony of God. This is not something I chose. This is not, people can tell that it's real because I didn't come from that background, bro. I wasn't even religious, bro. I was teaching a complete opposite philosophy. God grabbed me and said, I'm not letting go of you, and this is my chosen one, and this is my actual son. He didn't say, we all God's children, and you're one of my sons. No, he said, this is my son. Okay, you all don't get it. I've had people close to me tell me that a long time ago when I was younger. They looked right at me and said, "You're God's son, so it'll be all right." And I didn't know what they was talking about, and now I understand. So they must have known before I did. And then guess what? A lot of them people is demonically possessed. So it's like the devil. The reason why I've had people who get demonically possessed all around me always is, and I always knew it, is that I got a gift in me. I got something holy inside of me, and I got God with me, and God is speaking through me. He's right there with me. That's why these demons be trying to surround me and come in all the time. That's why y'all come on here. Like I said, I'm exorcising demons, so I'm doing my job. So if you don't come on here now, right, like when you being quiet right now, I mean, I'm not going to say that I failed, but now I'm going to be surprised. You understand? Obviously, I didn't. I don't know. I guess if they quiet, it means something. Like they quiet now because I proved the point. See, I'm not trying to prove a point. I'm trying to get the job done. I'm here to exorcise demons for real. I'm here to do what I need to do. I'm a real preacher. So that's the point, man. Like I said, people don't understand. I don't have to put on the Batman thing. I don't got to be Batman. I don't got to do nothing, bro. I'm already wearing the armor of God. You feel me? I have a real message. I'm a living testament. I'm a living testimony. I have a real purpose on this planet. And like I said, I'm here to bring people to God the right way. See, I'm all about God. I'm not about money. I'm not about none of that. That's why any of you little donations, and if y'all step up the donations and help me financially, bro, we're going to build something so big of such magnitude here, so large that in immense that it's going to really be able to transform lives. And you know how I'm going to do that? It's not going to be just through y'all. It's going to be through God. If God wants to use y'all to help me do that, he's going to do so. It's going to be God's will no matter what. I know that. I'm completely comfortable with that. I'm not trying to be in control of anything. But like I said, all the rest of the world, they chasing money. They chasing paper. I'm not, and I'm still going to get paid. And watch, I'm going to get paid a lot more than all y'all. Just like I told you, when you don't care about money, money comes to you. That's the law of attraction. I deserve to get paid and compensated for what I do because I really am out here to help people. And that's the only thing I'm trying to get people to change is you need to support the real. You need to support the people helping you. You need to support what's positive. And if you don't, then you're going to have negativity all over your life. I have an anointing on me, on my life. So why don't you get like me? I don't have all the answers. I'm not promised nothing. But at the same regard, I've been a role model and I've made good decisions, solid decisions. I did things right, and it does count for everything. It means something. That's why a lot of these people are upset. I'm what you want to be. I'm what they want to be. So people should look at that and look at me as a role model and emulate me and say, I want to be more like him. Because trust me, it matters. And it's the only thing that's going to get you somewhere. Think about it, man. Is the MLB or the NBA or the NFL, NHL satanic organizations that are rigged? I mean, they said Michael Jordan was on the ground crying because he sacrificed his own father. I've been teaching y'all how this game works. That's a fact what he did. And he was bawling on the floor after he won the playoffs. And they said he wasn't crying like he was happy. He was crying in pain. And they said they didn't think the father thing was necessarily random. It's common sense. Yeah, he knew what it caught up to him and he felt it, felt that emptiness. Yeah, you won the playoffs, but at what expense? That was your dad. That's what Michael Jordan got to deal with. All these people got to deal with the fact they sold their soul. That's hell, man. They created their own hell for themselves. Kobe Bryant got to deal with everything that happened, the sacrifices he made, whether it be whatever with his daughter, with the helicopter. The whole thing was tied in, man. That's what y'all don't want to talk about. See what I'm saying? I'm not spewing nothing but good and positivity. Why are y'all on the internet writing lies on my name saying that I did things that I never did? And how is that fair? If you got something to say, walk up right to me in my face. Please be my guest and say what you got to say. And if you can't, be quiet. That's how that works. Don't ever slander my name, much less hiding. You got something to say on my name and you want to tell me I did something I never did? That's crazy, son. I'm not gonna put up with that. You feel me? Like I said, I'm a man of God and I'm a real gangster. I'm the real thing. Like I said, I'm never going to change and I'm going to keep on preaching. I'm going to keep on bringing what I'm bringing and keep on bringing this gangster stuff. And I'm going to keep on doing it in a different way and a different approach that people would never understand because y'all ain't at this magnitude. Not only am I at a higher level than you, but you all know that I have this gift inside of me. Like I said, there's something holy inside of me. So what would that mean? I think my calling is really to open my own church. I really think that's my calling. I'm just a little reluctant to do it because I want to approach it a certain way because it has to be approached that way. Got too many enemies. I want to make sure everything is run the right way and that you were completely transparent. Oh, I want to do it like the Church of Batman. I think that'd be super cool. Seriously, that's my goal. But I want to make sure that I don't have no issues from all these evil people because they always want to lie and twist reality. And I'm just tired of people running with that. Those are all agents of the devil. Like I need to have a following. I need to have people that I reach. What do they call it? Is it conjugation or what is it called? Somebody help me. You know what I'm saying? When you have a bunch of people that like convene together that are together, right? The congregation, I think, right? The people, the audience, the people you're preaching to. But like that's what I'm on at this point, straight up, and that's what I'm gonna do on here. You feel me? So I mean, if you like that, cool. We have all sorts of different stuff on the channel, but I mean, if you ain't here for God, what are you here for? Like I said, money comes and goes, man. Everything else is kind of meaningless. You know what I mean? All this fake stuff in this world is fake. It don't mean nothing. But at the end of the day, how's your relationship with God? That's what matters. I'll say with your significant other too, and your people. I mean, that matters. You know what I mean? Like people matter, humans matter, and God matters. You know what I mean? But all this money stuff and all that, it don't mean nothing. You know, I just want to make enough money to get by and do what I'm doing, man. I just want to make enough where, hopefully I can climb and be successful, but successful through God because of God. I want to be successful because I want to feel like I already know I've accomplished the utmost, but I want to feel like I've accomplished something, not just for myself, but for others. And I just want to do that. I think that'd be cool to build a business with it, because like I don't want to be struggling. I know God doesn't want me struggling. He doesn't want his chosen people struggling. He told me that. And he said, you're not going to anymore. I told y'all, I keep telling y'all, when are y'all going to start listening to what I'm saying? I just told y'all that they said my season of lack was over. And now look, I'm starting to get donations flowing in steadily again, just slowly. We barely started, but I'm starting to get it. People are starting to act like they might open up and start creating opportunities. All y'all can help me, man. I'm telling y'all, if y'all donate a couple of $100, 200-300 bucks, I'm not being greedy. I'm not being selfish. I'm not going to use it towards anything other than good things and positivity. I'm going to use it to make moves to try to make more money to get what I need going so I can build this. But these people don't get. I might end up building my own ministry home. I might end up building my own church. I might build like Noah's Ark. I'm going to do whatever God's will, whatever God instructs me to do. But I know that I got to have a following. I know I got to have a congregation to preach to. I'm telling you the truth. I'm exorcising demons without trying. I'm just telling you what I know is happening because I looked right into their eyes. I've seen it. Like I told you, that's what was going on, bro. I was wondering why I'm looking at dudes and they standing over me. It would be like nighttime too, bro, in that church home, and they standing over me, looking at me, and their eyes turn completely white, bro. Just staring at me. I'm like, wouldn't you be freaked out? And for some reason, I wasn't scared. And I look back and I'm like, how in the hell was I not terrified? It was like this whole moment. I don't know how to explain it to you. And I'll tell you exactly who it was. It was with Raul. Because I'm telling you, there's a demon in that dude. Clear as day. So how you gonna be the leader and an ordained pastor that came from living under a bridge and you got a whole demon inside of you talking about God? Boy, stop it. That's crazy. I'm giving y'all facts. I'm not talking nothing but straight facts. I can prove it. You understand? Like what? That boy was sitting there going around that racetrack bad mouthing me to the employees and to the managers who wanted to hire me and offer me a job. That's crazy, bro. How you gonna get through a 9-month program with somebody like that won't let you win? See, it's not about you be strong, you can hang in there. Nah, you can't win if somebody's leading the thing and won't let you win. You got to get away from that. That's why I never trusted them fools. See what I'm saying? That's why I don't entertain they nonsense. So at the end of the day, man, it is what it is, bro. Like I said, I just want to make sure that people understand my purpose here and all that I'm doing, and that's about it, man. You know what I mean? It's going well. It's going great. Like I said, the chat's open. They quiet because obviously they learned, right? So, like I said, this is what's going to happen, man. You stand with God. You preach the word of God, bro. Diamond, the demons are going to be silent. It's just that simple. You feel me? So, like I said, I hope everybody's blessed. I hope everybody's doing well. I pray for all y'all. Like I said, nothing but love over here. And like I said, that's all we're gonna do is positivity, man. Just because they don't want to be positive and they mad because they seeing me win and don't they want to affect my calling. I'm not gonna give the devil that satisfaction. We going straight Grey Rock method. I'm ignoring them completely. Thank you for teaching me that. You feel me? And that's it. Like I said, there's no need for all that nonsense, bro. It don't make no sense, bro. Like if you're trying to say something, just say it. Say it right in person, right in front of my face. Anybody. If you don't have nothing to say like that and you can't stand on it, we all grown adults, bro. I don't know what that is, man. Feel me? I don't have time for nothing but being who I am, which is a grown adult. Everybody talks to me as who I am. I'm a grown man. That stuff, that other stuff, that's nonsense. That's all fake. That's something that people do because they projecting, because that's the energy they on. You feel me? That's got nothing to do with me. So like I said, there you go. Easy, defeated, without trying to win anything. Like it's easy, man. You're gonna always win when you just stand with God and you do the righteous thing and the right thing. Feel me? That's it, man. Like I said, honey, I love you more than anything. To my wonderful girlfriend Christina, I want to thank her for helping me again. I want to thank TJ for helping me, and the other dude that was in here earlier. I want to thank you for helping me. Like I said, just think about it, man. Maybe we can bring me out there. Maybe we can, I can work on some content. But you got to stop with the games that you play talking and all that. I'm not looking. I'm not like I'm just not dealing with none of it. Like if I go out there, you need to treat me right. You need to be extra good to me. You need to make sure I feel safe, comfortable. I got what I need. And just at this point, once you don't have my trust like that, I just probably wouldn't put myself in that position because I would know, okay, they affiliated with this person who's demonically possessed, and I know their intentions towards me. You know what I mean? So it's like we ain't got to do all that, but definitely keep donating. You know what I mean? Because even sending that $5 helps a little bit. So, like I said, I mean, at least y'all are helping me a little bit. I am thankful from the bottom of my heart, no matter who you are or you know what you've done or whatever. Thank you, because I mean that way I could try to save this bank account, and it just helps me to get by in the meanwhile. You know what I mean? Like I said, we right around the corner. Everything's about to change, man. So like I said, let's just stick together, man. Let's try to build some unity and actually do what we doing here, and that's about it. You know what I mean? Like I said, other than that, anything I say, man, I'm not gonna apologize to nobody when I'm saying the truth. Everything I'm saying is how I feel. Everything I'm saying is the truth. I'm just expressing it in different ways, and people don't understand. I don't have any limits on my expression. I don't need to have any limits on my expression because I'm not scared of anybody. I'm not scared of anything. That's the craziest thing on here is they know I'm not afraid of nothing. I have no fear, bro. So why would you? It just don't make no sense. Why would you get on here and type and then try to like formulate your statements like you're saying something? Like I said, you're trying to look for a response from someone that you know is a full-fledged gangster and has no fear and is a man of God, is a soldier for God, much less. Like you could see who I am, bro. It's written all over my names on here and everything. What are you talking about, bro? It's just not somebody like you. You talk to me the right way. I'm your superior. That's it. You feel me? So, like I said, man, I'm gonna keep on being a leader and leading and doing what God put me to do. These people can never stop me. That's the truth. They can't stop me. You know what I mean? Like straight up, bro. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not saying I can't be stopped. I say that I can't be stopped because I believe that words are spells. I believe in believing in yourself, and I believe that no matter what spell or word is said, it don't matter when you got God with you. I believe that I'm unstoppable and immortal, invincible through the power of God because God is in me, living through me because I am God, because God uses me as the vessel to do God's will. That's why I'm immortal. Real talk. I believe that I'm literally completely immortal and invincible because of God. That's the only reason. And I go through pain and suffering every day that you people couldn't fathom. hmm Yeah, physical. So, like I said, when you people want to sit there and you want to go online and start running your mouth, what's that got to do with anything, bro? That's not how he was raised. That's not cool. That's not macho. That's weak sauce right there. That's weak stuff. You need to step it up. You need to stop doing things at a distance, like I said, that'll never work, and you need to step it up, straight up. You know what I mean? Like it's just that simple. We all grown adults. I'm a grown man. If somebody has something to say to me, say it and stand on it in front of me where I can speak back and tell you reality. Because I'm gonna look right at you and I'm gonna say, everything you saying doesn't exist. Why are you talking to me? And are you aware that what you're doing is a crime? Or much less a felony across state lines, right? Like, come on, bro. It's just hilarious. They act like what makes sense doesn't make sense. You can act like whatever you want. Keep that over there. That's some Joker stuff, Joker. But over here, we make perfect sense and we deal in reality only. Like I said, man, I'm a preacher. I'm gonna keep on doing my thing, and I am Batman. So, like I said, at the end of the day, it's all coming, man. Just keep on looking out for me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I mean, I'm trying to get opportunities, man. Any of y'all got some real opportunities that not affiliated with these people on here who are the enemy? And like I said, you're not the enemy. You know why you're not the enemy? Because you're not equate to be my enemy. The fact is that all you people who think you're the enemy or wanted to be the enemy, I have to bring you to God the right way. I gotta, like I said, that they my biggest test. That's why I still work with you. I'm just saying I don't trust you to the capacity that I'm gonna put myself in an environment next to you if I don't fully trust you and I don't know what you might try to do behind my back. That's common sense because they so obvious about what they do. Like they show the intentions and right in front of you, and then they never learn and get it. They still don't get it. The monster they dealing with. You talking about a dude who walked into every trap y'all ever set for me and walked right into it, and you still not getting the point. There's nothing you can do to me, bro, because I'm that invincible and strong. I'm immortal, bro. If you believe not or believe different, how come you can't prove it? That's all I'm asking. I just pose a question because you can't disprove what's real and concrete. Immortality ain't nothing to play with, bro. You feel me? Straight up. What I'm saying is this, man. I don't care who you are, bro. I literally will go right in front of you and I'm talking business. I'm bringing business to the table. Do people want to let me do this Batman thing? Do y'all want to work together with me so we could do this in different cities and states? If you want to do that, cool, I'm good to go. But I would never put myself in no position around people that I don't trust that I know against me. That's just silly. No matter whether I'm immortal or not, because I just don't need to go through more stuff for no reason because somebody's scared of me, terrified, and a coward and can't face me, and they want to use other people to do weird antics and stuff. That's just weird, all behind my back. So that's all you ever gonna do? That's silly as hell, bro. That's literally sniveling coward stuff, bro. You are everything that my father raised me not to be. Please stop talking to me. You feel me? We're not connected. I don't know you. I don't know what that is, bro. Why they come over here like that? That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like they know me. Like I think they've repeated the same names, bro, for like I don't know, 10 plus years. Like they gonna win an award or something. Like I don't know what you talking about, bro. All that stuff is crimes. What? All that's being documented through this channel, bro. You got to get smarter, man. Feel me? Listen, I don't care what your intent is for me. You don't run my life or control or dictate anything I do or me. You don't own anything. So why would you say that? Much less anybody. What? What are you talking about, bro? Like I said, it's just people that they so blindly jealous, right, and envious of someone that they just, like I said, they can't handle my energy. They can't handle who I am, and the fact that I exist is enough that I've already defeated you. You feel me? That's all I had to do was exist. So I already won, no matter what. Feel me? You can't win. It's just that simple. Like I said, we come from the real hoods and ghettos. The only thing I respect is people who look at me in my eye and face me as a person, stand in front of me without your antics, without your angles, and say how you feel. If you can't do that, trust me, you ain't got nothing for me. I'm telling you right now, I don't care who you are. You're not gonna do anything to me. You ain't have nothing for me. So miss me with the fake talk, bro. You don't come out of what I come out of, bro. We're talking about people who are 3 feet tall that write checks they can't cash on the internet because they don't have an identity. You're not gonna gain relevance off my name. You're not gonna gain an identity off my name. Just walk the other way, man. You feel me? And if not, like I said, that's fine. Stick around because I'm gonna have to bring you to God the right way. I'm gonna have to teach you about God, and hopefully, I can bring people like that who demonically possessed. I can exorcise these demons and get them to believe in God and come to God because that's my job on this planet. All right, that's all I gotta say, man. Like I said, y'all stay up, have a good day, keep your head up, and that's it, man. Don't let miserable people get you down. Don't let them steal your joy. All right. Like I said, we're gonna keep on the trucking here, and like I said, we got to get all the funds we can get. I need everyone to donate right now to that PayPal, to the Cash App, and the Venmo. That's going to help me build this whole thing and all the resources. That's what I need. I need all the money I can get. And God told me, He said, you're going to get gifted from every direction. It's going to be one thing after another as far as blessings. So, I mean, I'm seeing signs of it, man. Please, I'm asking, please. I'm not, you can call it begging, whatever. I'm not above begging. I'm not above pleading. I'm not above saying please and asking. I'm not above anything because I'm a servant for God. That's what's so crazy, bro. Y'all talk about I'm this, that, you own me, I'm low. That's fine, bro. I'll be as low on the totem pole as you want in your eyes because I'm a servant for God. You understand? Ain't nothing lower than that. I want to be low because I'm a servant for God. Because guess what? When you're a servant for God, if I'm low in your eyes and I'm low on this planet, that's fine. But I'm high as hell in heaven. Feel me? My spiritual ranking is so high it's unreal. Do you know that they literally doing readings right now, downloads talking about this is the highest ranked reading I've ever had? They about me. I'm the highest ranked human that's ever walked this planet, is what I think. You understand? Other than maybe Jesus Christ. I'm not trying to be like Jesus. I'm not trying to be Jesus Christ. I'm not trying to outdo Jesus Christ. I'm not trying. That's not my goal. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to outdo my friend and who's here to help me. That's what these people don't get. That's like my brother. Why would I try to outdo my brother? I'm not trying to compete with my brother because that's petty and immature. You see why y'all weren't chosen for this, but I was? Because you don't have the right attitude and mentality. See, God has to have somebody who's grown and thinks the right way. And still you have to have like a childlike mindset too. Like I'm in touch with my inner child. You have to be the person I am. Y'all just ain't me. So you're gonna have to just sit here and watch God bless me and do what he wants with me. Cause like I said, I'm a tool for God. I'm a servant for God. That's all that I am. You know what I mean? I'm still me. I'm myself, and trust me, I'm gonna claim Christina all day, and like I'm gonna stand up for her all day. That's mine. You know what I mean? Straight up, Christina is mine. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I mean, I work for God. I do God's will because I want to, of my own free will. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. Like I said, I don't know what else to tell you, man. I got no problem saying I'm a servant for God because it's not about pride. You have to lose your pride and lose your ego. God is going to bless me because I listen. God is going to bless me because I've endured. He already told me. So, like I said, I think we coming into this new season of abundance. I think it's all going to come. And I'm just hoping that we can work with some of y'all, man. Like I said, if the dude will think about it, please think about it, man. If you have the money and the resources, please just send the money through Venmo or whatever. If you send $200, $300, a couple hundred, whatever, get me enough where I can get a Greyhound ticket and get over there. If you got a spot, I can use this spot. Quit talking about the job. I can't do that. I don't do heights, but just tell me like where the actual jobs are, like the restaurants and stuff. Give me an opportunity to go out there and look. Like, let's work together instead of you trying to sabotage me. Clearly, I'm not going to win and I'm not going to try to do anything if I'm around people trying to sabotage me. See, these people make no sense. They act like I'm them or I just am out of character. Nah, I know what's in front of me. If you're going to try to sabotage what I'm doing, I'm going to have to address the issue with you right in front of you until we figure out what's going on and you get away from me because I've got to be in an environment where I'm productive and I'm doing what I need to do. I can't have people around me trying to stop what I'm doing. What? Feel me? So, like I said, if y'all want to really do the real thing, like I said, y'all have some resources and money, bro. Y'all could help me do the Batman thing, bro. Instead of trying to work against me, you should be working with me. So I believe in my heart of hearts that I can bring any of those people to God the right way. I think that I can get them to believe in God because I mean you just should. I mean, like there's nothing else. You definitely ain't winning doing what you doing. You're taking constant losses, right? I mean, you're seeing all your people lose. I mean, it is what it is. I don't want that for you. That's something between you and God. God told me vengeance is mine. God told me to give him my vengeance. And that's what I did. See, it's crazy because Batman. He says, "I am vengeance" and all that. Like, yeah, it's a real element and all that. Like, and I've always been like that. But God's actually telling me, let go of all that, forgive, and give me your vengeance. And He said that I'll heal. He said the way that I heal with what y'all did to me and what I went through and what I'm going through, and all the pain and suffering I went through associated with this, with what I've been going through, with y'all's phone calls to Seton Hospital. He told me it's about forgiveness, and I've heard it more than once, like several times now. So I believe that. So. I truly have forgiven. I truly have, you know what I mean? I think it takes time either way, you know what I mean? And I think it takes time to forgive properly, but I'm working on it every day. I definitely forgive everyone. I don't forgive everyone just because I want to heal. I forgive everyone because it's the right thing to do. And like I said, it's for me. You know what I mean? And I've just always been like that. It's not the first time that people try to do something crazy concerning me in my life. It's not the first time that people did that or made attempts on me. So, I mean, why make it any different and special? Why carry it around with me? You understand? That's the whole point. Like, no, I'm gonna be about forgiveness, man. You understand? You witnessing a literal immortal being, somebody who is has survived things no human being could. I've resurrected in front of your face. I've survived the impossible over and over again. It's on camera, even some of it. So to doubt me, you doubt God. Because no matter how much evidence you put in front of people like that, they're going to deny. That's just people who got they cap on, they dunce cap, they silly cap. Here's your sign. You feel me? So, like I said, I mean, there is no other way but God. If you don't believe in God and you don't follow God, I honestly think something wrong with you. At this point, when you got a living testimony like me, if you come across me and I don't get you to believe in God, there's something wrong with you. I don't care what you say. I'm being serious because all that I've done and been through, all I've survived, the fact I've resurrected in front of your face, literally, like that's crazy, son. How you gonna deny something that's right in front of you? Y'all talk about evidence and science and all this stuff. Science is a bunch of nonsense. There is no evidence for it. It's all made up stuff by man. And you're seeing a walking testimony in front of you and all the proof, and y'all telling me to go get a job? What? To go work in the oil fields for what? I'm not here for money. I'm an angel. Angels don't sit there and mess with the root of all evil. Like, yeah, I want to make money. Of course, we need money. Of course, we know all that. But, like I said, I'm making money doing this, building my own business. That's the only way to go. That's why they want to say those things because they know it's petty and makes no sense. They know that I'm supposed to make money doing this and that it's working. Like I said, I'm about to make buku bucks on here. All right. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Like I said, we gonna get rich while we preach the word of God. Watch. So just support me, bro. All right. One.